In 1962, a simple 22-word classroom prayer set off one of the most important constitutional battles in American history. Angel versus Vattel would redefine the meaning of separation of church and state and forever changed how religion functions in public schools. This is the story of the families who challenged their school district, the courts that ruled against them, and the Supreme Court decision that shocked the nation. The case began in New Hyde Park, New York in the 1950s. Cold War patriotism swept through public institutions. Many Americans believed that public affirmations of faith would unify the country against atheistic communism. In this climate, the New York State Board of Regents approved a daily prayer for public school students. The prayer was, "Almighty God, we acknowledge our dependence upon Thee, and we beg Thy blessings upon us, our parents, our teachers, and our country." The prayer was voluntary, but to many families, including those of different or no religions, the prayer still felt like government-endorsed religion. The parents of David Angel decided that they did not approve of this. They stated that their kids went to school to learn math, reading, and science, not to be told how or when to pray. A group of families led by David's dad, Stephen Angel, believed the prayer violated the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. The state argued that the prayer was simply a patriotic tradition and not religious coercion, so the legal battle began. The case was first filed in the New York State Supreme Court, the state's trial-level court. Angel's attorney states that the state cannot compose or sponsor an official prayer no matter how voluntary or non-denominational it is. The state's attorney states that the prayer promotes no specific religion and students can choose not to say it, so therefore there is no violation. The district court agreed with the state. Therefore, the district court ruled that the prayer was constitutional. Since the judges ruled that the prayer was voluntary and patriotic, not an establishment of religion, Angel and the families decided to appeal. The case moved to the New York Court of Appeals, which is the highest court in the state. The appeals judge states that the prayer is non-denominational and students who choose not to say it are not forced to. Once again, the families lost. The New York Court of Appeals ruled that the prayer is constitutional and they upheld the district's court decision, leaving the prayer in place. However, Angel and the other parents refused to stop, and they took their case to the United States Supreme Court. In 1962, the case reached the nation's highest court, the Supreme Court. Angel's attorney stated that the government had no authority to write prayer. Even if no child is forced to participate, the Constitution does not allow the state to endorse religion. The state's attorney stated that the prayer is voluntary. It's a tradition, no different from "In God We Trust" or the words "under God" in the Pledge of Allegiance. However, some justices were skeptical. Justices were stating, is it the government's place to compose a prayer at all? Others were stating, if the state can write one prayer, could it write others? Could it promote them? The court's concern was not whether prayer itself was good or bad, but whether the government could sponsor it. On June 25, 1962, the Supreme Court ruled 6-1 in favor of Angel and the parents. The Supreme Court decision was that the state-written prayer violated the Establishment Clause. It is no part of the business of government to compose official prayers for any group of the American people to recite as part of a religious program carried on by government. The court explained, even if participation was voluntary, even if the prayer was non-denominational, even if the intention was patriotic, the government may not endorse religion. The state writing any type of prayer to promote, even a simple one, crossed a constitutional line. The ruling sparked massive public reaction. Many Americans supported it, but many others accused the court of banning prayer from schools, even though private prayer in religious schools remained perfectly legal. Why did the court decide this way, you may ask? The justices emphasized the founders' belief that religion flourishes best when government stays separate. The key reasons for that would be that government cannot compose official prayers. This gives government power over religious practice. Even voluntary prayer can pressure children. Children may feel forced to join to fit in. Public schools represent the state. School-sponsored prayer becomes government-sponsored prayer. The Establishment Clause protects all beliefs, including minority religions and non-religious families. This decision wasn't about stopping prayer. It was about preventing government from directing prayer. More than 60 years later, Angel v. Vattel remains one of the most influential First Amendment cases in history. It reminds us that true religious freedom requires a government that protects belief by staying out of it.